Look, right throughout this crisis, and people will have heard me, I have resisted the tendency to be in any way party political about this. I have resisted and refused invitations I've had at briefings like this to be critical of the UK government or to engage in traditional politics. And I'm going to continue to do that because the issues we're dealing with right now are incredibly difficult, but they're also the most serious and important that any of us have ever dealt with. And actually, they're much more important than the traditional party political arguments and debates that we have. But I'm going to respond to the Tory call this morning because I think the Scottish Tories' statement this morning is absolutely and utterly disgraceful. But unfortunately, I don't find it surprising. And I say this more in sorrow than in anger. For the last few weeks, the Scottish Tories have seemed to me to be not very interested at all in the real issues that we are grappling with and dealing with here. They have seemed to me to be interested only in party politics and trying to undermine a health secretary who is literally working round the clock to deal with the most difficult issues that any of us have ever dealt with. And actually, I think that kind of approach says more about the Scottish Tories than it does about the health secretary or about the Scottish government. And I would say they should be ashamed of themselves, but I'm not entirely sure they have any shame based on the statement this morning. So I'm having to say that because they have said what they've said this morning, but that's my only party political comment because I actually fundamentally believe these issues are too important. Scrutiny is really vital, and I've said that from day one. I don't criticise anybody for subjecting my government to real and proper scrutiny. But during a pandemic, calling for the health secretary to be sacked is just party politics at its worst, and I don't think it has any place in what we're dealing with right now. So for my part and for the health secretary's part, we're going to get on with the job, being candid where we get things wrong, admitting where we make mistakes, like the mistake with the letter, which I deeply regret, but getting on every single day, doing the hard work that has to be done to continue to suppress this virus and get the country back to normality. And nothing is going to distract me from that task.